Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and well, how are you all? It's raining. Normal service in the UK has been resumed. Unfortunately, it's back to being cold and rainy. It was fun while it lasted, a bit of spring, almost summerish even one day, but now. And you know what, I have to go out the yarn van and pack a couple of orders, and you know what, I should have done it when it was sunny, because it was sunny earlier. It was, but I decided to film earlier, and so I filmed my very first granny square project, my first granny square of the year, and yeah, so it will start in March and end in March, obviously. So yeah, I'll do my first one. And I haven't done it, it's not on yet, it's got to be done, but I filmed it. And then I filmed one about the crochet hook set that I've received now, and did a little show and telly about that. And then now I'm doing this, and so I had a little break, a little tea break, and watched a little bit of Coronation Street while I had my tea break. Didn't watch it all because it's an hour. You know, it's an hour show, but by the time you get the adverts, it's longer. If you have an hour show in America, then you've got a 40-minute show in reality, because you have so many breaks, there's so many adverts. We just get every quarter of an hour roughly, we get a break, and there's usually about 5 ads, depends how long they are. And yeah, so ours a tad bit longer, but I watched some of it. I didn't watch all of it, but I had some hot cross buns for lunch that Gary bought them the other day, and so I almost forgot I had 2 left, because he had apple and cinnamon ones, I had just traditional fruity ones, and so I forgot all about them. And I thought, oh well, we need to use up all this stuff. So yesterday we had curry made with the chicken, and Gary also made chicken noodle soup, which was we haven't had it yet, but it's probably going to finish that off today. And I have to make steak with new potatoes and salad for later. So we're eating well, and he also, we've got loads of like little Easter eggs to eat up. Once they've all gone, guess what we're doing? We're going to do some low carbing. Yes, we got kind of made a decision that we're going to do low carb, because we cannot be trusted with carbs. And I know that at the end of it you have to start eating carbs, but we'll tackle that kind of behaving ourselves when we get there. When we get there. No ifing, when in. So I brought this in because it had a leaky one, and that's a really poor excuse, isn't it? But I figured this one needed to be mine. You know what I mean? Might do one of my granny square projects with this one. This is the darker rainbow. I've got the lighter rainbow. In fact, I've got most of a ball here somewhere. So I've got both, but yeah, I need to do maybe my next one. Who knows? We'll see. So it wasn't the square that I was working on. You know, I was working on the one the other day. Not number 1. No, that one, it's a bigger project, so it will be a little bit longer. And also we I had Gary home, so I wasn't able to get on with it as much as I'd like. So I just did a quicker one for number 1 that I could get done. So I'm very flowery today, if you noticed. Very floral. Anyway, let's do the book. And I could have brought the square in to show you, and the project that I made with said square. So what I'm doing is, if I didn't explain it too well, so I made the square, and then I said, so if you want to carry on watching for the little tutorial I'm making with the square, then otherwise you can just watch that bit. So did the square, then I did the little tutorial afterwards for the square. But the good thing about it is I made 3 altogether, and I did one to show you how carrying a yarn works. I don't like that. So I did the other one showing how I work my ends in and how I stop having to sew so much. And so then I kind of did the one with you guys. So that ended up being 3. So I have the 3rd one for the square, because all of the projects that I'm making, regardless of what they are, I'm going to have a square made of it. Well, I say regardless of what they are. Say for argument's sake it was made with chainy cotton cakes or a t-shirt yarn or something like that. I couldn't keep that one. It's got to be consistent. It's got to be a yarn. It can be kind of this thick. It can be DK, but you know, maybe a pinch chunky, but it's got to be able to be incorporated into like the big blanket at the end. So what I might do is I might, when I've done these things, I'll do a square that is the right size to include in the blanket. So, and I don't think I'm going to wait until the end to join them. I think I'm going to try and do them as I go, because you know what, it's going to be a lot, isn't it? So I've got to think of a colour to edge with, and I'm probably going to choose black, because I can edge all of them in black and join it. I think that might, because some of them will really pop with black. White will kind of make it, I think white tends to lend things to being a little bit more, well, not brighter, but sometimes babyish. You know what I mean? Not always, obviously. I've got blankets I've edged in white. They're not for babies, but you know what I mean. Okay, I was going to do this, wasn't I? Got a bit way late. So I wonder if we've got the armourer again. I don't know what that is. Not really sure about it, but I think we do still have the armourer. And, well, actually, we've got one of my favourite trash can head here. Trash can head. Looks like he's got a trash can that's a light on his head. And I've got a feeling that's the armourer yet again. Tell you what, I think this person's in love with the armourer. Gotta be. For a lot of armourer. Okay, got a job lot of armourer pictures other than that. Mum jokes, like dad jokes, but smarter. I would rather have someone look in my medicine cabinet than in my recycling bin. The easiest part of my day is deciding to not get up and help my husband get the kids ready for school. Well, you know when they wake up in the night, who's going to own up to pretending to be asleep ever? It's usually a man's trick, I know. But who amongst us is going to own up to just being that little bit of a heavy sleeper, get out of bed, that kind of thing? Who's going to own up? Yes, the day after Mother's Day. Back to not being appreciated by a tiny food terrorist in my house day. True. Okay. Wasn't that many today, was there? So, so got my little menage, my little menagerie over here. Cheers. Got a nice cup of tea. Oh, that's good. That is good, man. I love a bit of biscuit tea, I do. A drop of biscuit tea. When I did my tutorial, I couldn't find my sewing up needle anywhere, and I had it in here. It's a little red one. Well, no, pink. Shocking, like fuchsia pink. And it had a bent end. And it's been on this tabletop. It's been on here forever, and when I did the tutorial before that, it was there. But do you think I could find it? I looked everywhere for it, so I ended up using one of those with a big fat eye. So that was, you know, a mission. Couldn't find it anywhere. You know, I've got one of those eggs as well, you know, the pebble, the John James pebble. Yeah, I've got one of those. 2 of them, in fact. Do you think I could find either of those? No. So, yeah, I need to get some more of those soon for my shop. I'm not low, but I did have something like 50. So compared to that, I'm on my last box, well into my last box. So I need to get some more of those. But I've got 2 of those things. And then I had those bent ones, which were higher. I had some of them. I've got 1 left. I can't even find that now. Seriously, I've got to get all my stuff together and put it in my new kind of organisers. I really need to do it. As I find them, I need to put them in. It's just getting silly now. And my scissors, they were all in, I'm looking over there because they were in these pots. And they're in the pots now? No, of course not. So I was using these, which were like in a big pack of various size household scissors. They were mega cheap at the time. Got a red pair as well somewhere. Honestly, I don't know. Just everything seems... I know what it is. It's when kids come and I end up moving stuff because kids are coming over. So I think, well, better move that. And then I can never find them again. So I move them somewhere a little bit too safe. So safe, they're safe from me. That sort of thing. So it's Wednesday for me, which it isn't for you. I know it's Thursday, but happy hump day for yesterday. And in a minute, I've got to film my hump day giveaway. I kind of forgot to do that this morning when I was doing the filming, because I did the 28.5k giveaway yesterday. So in my brain, I've done the giveaway, but of course I haven't. It's not the one. It is not the one. It is not. So I've got to do that a bit later. And then I've got to brave the elements, which is a bit of a silly thing to do, really, is because Gary has ripped the path up. So it's mud. And, you know, if I'd have gone out there when it was dry, it would have been so much better. I don't know how wet it is out there, but of course, it's just, I said to him, you know, put some paving stones. So I've got some sort of stepping stones. Has he done it? No. So I've somehow got to negotiate over the muddy bit to get to the Arnavan. You know, very annoying. But I do have those all-weather croc things, although I'm not sure I really want to get them muddy. All-weather's one thing, but I remember the last time I actually put those in the washing machine, it took about 6 days for them to dry out. And I think because that plastic bit water must have got in, and the actual fabric part on the top was constantly wet. And it doesn't matter how, in the end I blasted it with a hairdryer for ages. And then I kind of stopped, went back to it, and it's still wet. I was like doing it again. It took ages for that to dry out, so I don't really want to go through that again. So Gary messaged me earlier, and unfortunately, even though he's bought these new snazzy work trainers that have got memory foam on the inside, his ankle still hurts, so that's a bit of a nuisance, really. Thought that might kind of cure it. The only thing that seems to cure it is not working, which obviously is not an option, because where Gary works, he doesn't get sick pay. That's a bit of a nuisance. But obviously if he does things like the gardening or DIY, it happens as well. So the only thing that kind of gets rid of it is resting up. We've got to call and get an appointment for physio for him. It was one of those things, they sent me this once before when I've had appointments, and they send me the message, and you can go online and just go, you know, even on your phone, you can go through the process and find, you've got your password and your PIN number, and you can go through that and actually put your appointment in. It didn't really work on Gary's phone. I absolutely hate his phone, I have to say. And every time I have to do something on it for him, I get really... And I just say to him, I hate your phone. He went, I know, you keep telling me. Maybe you should give me one of yours. So then I just say, well, I use them all for work. How can I give it to you if I use it? So, you know what I mean? Trouble is, I could give, if I were to, I've got a new phone. It's here somewhere. Where is it? Where's my new phone? This is my new phone. and I've had it a while, but I can't use it because it doesn't accept it doesn't have a SIM. It's SIMless. It doesn't accept my phone number. I tried putting them together and it just won't do it. So it won't also, when I did that, it didn't, although it took all my banking apps and stuff like that you need, it wants you to sign in from scratch, and I don't have any of that information. I mean, I've signed into them years ago on my phone. See, this is my new phone. That's difference in size. It's quite something, isn't it? But yeah, I've been signed into that one for so long that I don't know how, and I need to go into the banks and get them to do the reset thing, and then I need to get my phone number on there because it won't accept it. So I don't know if that's a phone call to the provider maybe, and then if that all works out, Gary can have this. Although I love this phone. It's a 12 though, 12 Pro Max, giant thing. And every time I get a new phone, because the one I'm recording on now was a new one from there, and the same thing happened. Not the SIM, it had a SIM card, so I could put my SIM in, but again I couldn't do the banking apps. And then I got that one and there's no SIM in it anymore, so I could actually go over for this being my actual phone. The reason I don't like having my phone as one that I record on is, even if I were to put it on aircraft mode or say a do not disturb, it still disturbs. And then while I'm recording, if it comes through, it disturbs it and it stops the recording, and then it doesn't really record properly again after that. There's been occasion where, say if a phone call came through on this now, and even if I rejected it and then carried on talking, the voice would carry on, but my face would be stuck like this. And then all the dialogue, it'd be like I was a ventriloquist dummy or something along those lines. But anyway, so I've just stuck with that phone. The battery life is still brilliant. It's just never runs out. It's really, really good phone, and I love it. So, and it's big as well. So, but I mean, it's rubbish for recording because it's too big for my equipment. Although the new ones, they say that they will take greater weights. They had to do that because all the phones are heavier now than they were. But you know, I would give Gary that, but it's just such a mission to get all my stuff off, you know, and get it's the banking apps and things like that just don't. I don't know. It's annoying. It is. I don't remember how to sign into them. It's so long ago. So long ago. Cheers. I think I need a slurp to calm me down. That's better. That's better. But yeah, you know, technology's great, but there's always something, isn't there? There's always a stumbling block, you know. There's always, like, what was I doing? Trying to set Gary's new Kindle. Went snag after snag after snag. Didn't really want to work. And, you know, whatever you get, there's always teething problems to get in. There's always, you've got to remember this password, or, you know, set up triple lock or whatever it is on that. So they want your eyeball, your fingerprint and a sample of blood to let you in. You know what I mean? Getting ridiculous, really. Who'd want to hack my email? You know, just saying. I haven't seen the crud that I get. All the spam. They're welcome to it. Welcome to it, they are. Sure. They soon give it back. Oh. I had another scam the other day. Let me see, what was it? The scam. It must have come through. Oh, helps to go on the right thing. That's my shop. This is my shop email. It's not my shop. This one, probably. Where are we? Goodness gracious. Am I actually on primary? Yes, I am. Maybe it wasn't through there. Which tells me that it is absolutely 100 million% a scam, because it's about a student loan. And this email address did not exist when I had student loans. Here we are. I think it is. And this is how it come through. Look at that. With all that, was it BR stroke, BR stroke, BR stroke? That just shows you what the hell is that meant to be. As if that would be on a legitimate email from anybody. As if that would be the body of it. And it says, Yvonne Holt, it's Dove White with the Student Loan Debt Department. This is regarding your case number 47424. We tried to contact you at home and did not hear back. Your student loans have been flagged as possible eligible for forgiveness under the new 2025 guidelines. Your file will remain open in my system for only one more day. In other words, this is the, oh, I've got to do it within a day. Please give me a call on Monday at, not on, at this phone number. We can take your call between the hours of 8 and 5, Monday to Friday. Thank you, Dovey White. Dovey. And what? There's no student loan company, you know, logo or name or anything. And it's Yvonne Holt. That's not me. I've never had the like of it. So yeah, trying to see the email address to me. There we go. It's Dovey91White DVN at hotmail.com. So thankfully, those ones are thick, you know. With the advent of AI, if somebody clever had got hold of that sort of idea and had used AI, then you never know. It could come through as something that you might think, maybe I owe money. Maybe I can save myself some money. But A, the name's wrong. That's not me. And B, there's my student loans have been written off years ago. I didn't even have that email address back then. You know, in fact, I didn't even have the last 2 email addresses back then. Back then, it was probably MSN or something. AOL, maybe. Probably was AOL. So, you know, thank goodness. Sometimes they're really thick and you can tell. And you can tell because the email address would be at studentloans dot whatever, wouldn't it? It would not be hotmail.com. Oh, you gotta go a bit further down, you know. Well, thank goodness they are that stupid. That's all I can say. But, you know, I've had some sophisticated ones. I just see straight through. Because I wonder how many people they catch out. It is sick, isn't it? The amount of scammers there are out there. Evil people that just want money for nothing. Why don't they just get a job, you know? Go find a way of making proper money. Be proud of yourself rather than just be a con artist, you know, saying. Anyway, enough of them. Cheers, guys. What a palaver, though, eh? I just don't understand. I don't understand how they, yeah. It's like, you know, I know I don't look legit, but some Egypt might fall for it. You never know. I can't believe it's raining again. It's not good. It's not nice. No, I quite enjoyed having a bit of spring-like weather. Not that we really, you know, we didn't go out and make the most of it really, but it's just nice to go outside, and Gary was enjoying working out there and getting all his bits done, and it was nice. Oh well, I can use my new blanket at least if it's chilly this evening. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this video and get my hump day giveaway done because I've got to get it on. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because I'm onwards and upwards now to my next milestone, which will be 29k. Can you believe that? Wowza. All right then, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.